Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another EmoNews package. Today is November 26, 2025, and I am your presenter, Anna Benjamin. In the headlines this evening, MV Celebrity Ascent makes inaugural call to the Nature Isle. Youth Development Division hosts short course certificate ceremony, celebrates over 100 graduates. Dominica hosts EU Can Seminar on promoting social justice. Brazil's Bolsonaro ordered to start serving 27-year prison sentence for coup plot. And Dominica's Cicero girls set to face Jamaica in CONCACAF qualifier. These stories and more straight ahead.
We're at the different phases in life. We move at a different pace. All we need is to be supported. Cause when the baby's coming, business needs revamping. The new job's starting, and you need an outfit. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up. The wedding's planning, rent due dates coming. Momentum is your support financing. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up.
In local news, the EU Can Nourishing Futures Together project kicked off a two-day seminar at the Intercontinental Dominica Caribbean Resort and Spa in Portsmouth. The EU Can Nourishing Futures Together project began in 2024 and is part of a larger project aimed at food security throughout the Caribbean. Janine Blanchard, the project's EU delegate to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, says agriculture plays a most vital role in the economies of the OECS.
We recognize the vital role of agriculture in the OECS economies, and we aim to help strengthen the sector's contribution to food security, nutrition, and food sovereignty. We are also conscious of the challenges facing the sector, including informality, seasonality, vulnerability to climate change, and uncertainty. Today, we are seeking to recognize the role that cooperatives play in decent work. This meeting is timely, and we are fortunate to be able to convene during a year designated as the International Year of Cooperatives. Under the theme, Cooperatives Build a Better World, this year has seen efforts to highlight the contributions of cooperatives to sustainable development. It has encouraged their growth and expansion and calls for stronger legal and policy frameworks while promoting youth engagement in cooperative leadership.
She added that cooperatives are an indispensable part of the European Union.
There are 250,000 cooperatives, which are owned by 163 million citizens, which is almost a third of the EU population. And these cooperatives employ 5.4 million people. These cooperatives also hold substantial shares in industries. For example, in agriculture, the cooperatives own 83% in the Netherlands, 79% in Finland, 55% in Italy, and 50% in France. The social and solidarity economy is an alternative economic model that prioritizes social and environmental goals over profit maximization. It is made up of organizations like cooperatives that operate on principles of voluntary cooperation, mutual aid, and democratic governance.
Blanchard underscored the importance of social and solidarity economies to the region.
Economy entities address collective needs, promote equality, and pursue long-term sustainability and decent work for all. This model, therefore, has the potential to promote decent work, which reduces inequalities and to can help to formalize the informal economy. It builds resilience by fostering local action, stronger supply chains, and resilience in communities. This model can go as far as addressing social needs by providing services and solutions in many sectors. The European Union remains committed to supporting this vision. Through initiatives like the EU CAP project, we will continue working alongside partners, governments, cooperatives, and communities across the OECS to strengthen food systems, expand opportunities, and promote social innovation.
Meanwhile, Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports and Community Development, Honorable Greta Roberts, in her opening remarks, added that development must uplift all and not a privileged few. Only then will we achieve true social justice.
Today we launch a conversation, and more importantly, a collaboration, which is essential for the Caribbean at this moment in our history. As small island developing states, we face profound vulnerabilities, but we also possess extraordinary creativity and resilience. The social and solidarity economy, grounded in cooperation, community ownership, ethical values, and sustainable practices, offers us a pathway to economic inclusion and to true social justice.
The minister also spoke of the many challenges which affect the region, stating the need for new policies and mindsets.
This seminar comes at a time when our societies are navigating multiple crises at once: rising costs of living, climate-driven shocks, the widening digital divide, youth unemployment, and social insecurities, which disproportionately affect women, young people, rural communities, and persons living with disabilities. These challenges demand new policies and new mindsets. They demand systems which are compassionate, inclusive, equitable, and community-driven.
And in other news, Dominica welcomed the celebrity Ascent on its inaugural call to the Nature Isle. The vessel, part of the renowned Celebrity Cruises fleet, made a grand entry into the Roseau cruise ship berth, marking a significant moment for the island's cruise tourism sector. The mayor of Roseau officially welcomed the captain, crew, and passengers to Dominica, expressing appreciation for the continued partnership with Celebrity Cruises and highlighting the economic and cultural benefits of these calls to the capital city. CEO of Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams, also addressed the gathering. She outlined the many reasons Dominica remains an ideal and essential stop on any Caribbean itinerary.
Dominica offers a rare blend of adventure, serenity, and human warmth. Guests who step ashore today can hike through the UNESCO-listed Mon Tuapito National Park, soak in natural hot springs, chase numerous waterfalls, snorkel at Champagne Reef, or stroll through the Roseau Market, where the smiles of our people are as bright as the tropical fruits they sell. These are experiences that connect people to the place and reveal the soul of the nature island.
The event concluded with thanks extended to all stakeholders who helped make the inaugural call a success. Officials noted they were happy to share in the excitement and are hopeful for continued collaboration with Celebrity Cruises in the seasons ahead. A tour was arranged for the team. In more local news, the Youth Development Division of the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development hosted its short course certificate ceremony at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital Amphitheater. The ceremony celebrated more than 100 young people who successfully completed a series of 8-week training programs offered across the island. The short courses, conducted between November 2024 and November 2025, providing youth ages 16 to 35 with practical and marketable skills to enhance employability, entrepreneurship, and personal development. Training was offered free of charge in 7 communities, with one program delivered fully online to maximize accessibility. During the ceremony, Ms. Merita Hyacinth delivered an overview of the program, highlighting its impact and the wide range of skills covered.
Today, we recognize a critical investment of time, energy that our young people have chosen to make in themselves to show that they are indeed ready to build themselves for a greater Dominica. In November 2024, the Youth Development Division launched the first set of 8-week short courses with a simple but powerful belief at the heart of it, that every young person in Dominica deserves access to practical, empowering education that can open doors and transform lives. Today, we proudly celebrate the achievements of more than 100 young people who made the decision to learn, to grow, and to invest in their future. Each one has their unique story of how their program has impacted them. Just imagine if me, a young person entering the program doing Canva and Photoshop graphic design. And today she has grown from making simple designs for herself and creating work for herself and now making an impact across the region and the world. And that is not a far-fetched story. That is something that actually happened. These courses cover real marketable areas such as small electronic repair, basic sewing, Canva and Photoshop design, digital device maintenance, financial literacy, beginner videography, and public speaking and leadership presence. But what truly sets these programs apart is not just the technical skills that they have gained, but across all the courses, participants were guided through soft skills such as communication, emotional intelligence, stress management, teamwork, time management, professionalism, conflict resolution, and leadership presence.
Participants also shared their personal experiences, including one trainee who spoke about her journey in the basic sewing course and expressed gratitude for the opportunity.
I learned how to sew shirts, skirts, cooking mats, and bags, but mainly how to use the sewing machine properly. Mrs. Laville took her time at every class to explain and guide us through every step. I am also thankful for my fellow trainees who I can call my sewing family. We laughed and had fun, but most of all, we worked as a team. Thank you for the Youth Division for making this possible, and we look forward to other courses like this. I leave you with a message. In order to succeed, you have to be determined and never give up, despite of the challenges. Thank you.
Another participant, Dwight Thomas, reflected on the value of the financial literacy course and encouraged others to apply, noting its tremendous benefits.
My impression of the financial literacy course, initially it wasn't something that I had in mind that I was ever thinking about. It was something that I thought was something that was generally important until I did the course. We learned about insurance, different business practices that you need to put in practice, one for yourself and for your business. So I implore anybody in here who is self-employed or employed by anybody else to take the financial literacy course. It is a major step going forward for yourself and for your business. Mr. Gibbons was very, very knowledgeable, and every question we could have asked, if he didn't know, he asked somebody to give us the information. It was an amazing class that taught me a lot. There were some misconceptions that I had when it came to insurance and different things. They cleared that up, and right now I am working towards getting proper insurance for my business and for myself. So I generally want to employ anybody in here that were not able to take the course if they are offering it again, please do. Thank you.
Graduates received their certificates and were commended for their dedication and achievements. The division anticipates that many will go on to use their new skills to secure employment, start small businesses, or pursue further training. As part of its ongoing mandate, the Youth Development Division will continue to expand opportunities for young people through initiatives such as the Digital Literacy and Work Readiness Program and the Heavy Equipment and Truck Operations Program. The division reaffirmed its commitment to youth empowerment and congratulated the 2025 cohort on their accomplishments. And that's it for local news. Stay tuned for regional news after this short break. And regionally, top U.S. military officials are visiting Caribbean leaders as the Trump administration expands its regional military presence, calling it a campaign against drug trafficking. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is meeting officials in the Dominican Republic, while Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane met with Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister to discuss regional security threats. Since September, U.S. forces have launched 21 strikes on suspected drug smuggling boats, killing at least 83 people, moves widely seen as pressure on Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro, as President Trump weighs possible military action. Many Caribbean leaders have urged restraint, though Trinidad's Prime Minister has publicly supported the U.S. strikes. The Pentagon says the visits aim to strengthen defense ties, as both officials also met with U.S. troops in the region. And in St. Lucia, United Workers' Party (UWP) leader Alan Chasney is giving supporters an early look at the team he says will form his cabinet if the UWP wins on December 1st. At the party's manifesto launch, Chasney identified 4 key constituencies the UWP aims to reclaim: Dennery North and South, Micoud North and South, and said the candidates in those areas are slated for top government posts. He outlined his planned appointments: Bradley Marcel Fulgens as Minister of Agriculture and Gaming, Benson Emile as Minister for Health, and Elisha Norbert as Minister for Education. And for his own seat in Micoud South, Chasney told supporters they would once again have their Prime Minister. Throughout the event, he emphasized party unity and projected confidence, saying this team is ready to lead St. Lucia into its next chapter. And that's it for regional news. We'll be right back with your international stories.
Look yours, it's not just a game, it's our game. Dominica's very own jackpot, Match 5.
And internationally, the US and Ukraine say they've agreed on the main points of a revised peace proposal, but key issues remain unresolved. The bigger challenge is Russia, which insists the original plan, demanding Ukrainian territorial concessions and a NATO pledge should stay intact and has rejected European involvement. On the ground, the war is escalating. Russia hit Ukraine's energy grid again and claimed to down nearly 250 Ukrainian drones. Ukraine faces growing financial and manpower pressures while Russia feels the squeeze of new US sanctions. Analysts say Moscow may be stalling to buy time, a suggestion Russia's foreign minister hinted at when he said Moscow is not rushing the US on negotiations. And in Brazil's Supreme Court has ordered former President Jair Bolsonaro to start serving his 27-year prison sentence for plotting a coup after his 2022 election loss. The ruling is final with no appeals left. Bolsonaro is being held in a federal police facility in Brasilia after attempting to tamper with his ankle monitor, which he blamed on medication-induced paranoia. The court has mandated round-the-clock medical care. Justices say he conspired to overturn the election, helped incite the January 8th riots, and was linked to plans to target President Lula, the vice president, and a Supreme Court justice. Bolsonaro is barred from office until 2060, and several co-conspirators have also been ordered to begin their sentences. And that's it for international news. We'll be right back with your sports package after this short break. And in sports, Jamaica has made bobsleigh history. The island's four-man team captured its first ever international gold, winning the North American Cup in Whistler, Canada. Pilot Shane Peter, 26-year-old, and crew Junior Harris, Andre Dakers, and Taekwondo Tracy clocked a combined 1 minute 45.88 seconds, beating out two Canadian teams for the top spot. Their explosive 4.91 second start helped secure the landmark victory and earn valuable points toward the 2026 Winter Olympics. Coach Pat Brown, the real-life inspiration behind Cool Runnings, called the win a major boost for Jamaica, especially after recent hurricane devastation, and a key step toward the nation's long-term goal of reaching the podium in 2034. And in other news, the West Indies under-19 team turned in a powerful display, cruising to victory by 98 runs in their fourth match. The young regional squad celebrated a standout performance on the field, strengthening their form and confidence as their campaign continues. And in football news, the Dominica Football Association, DFA, is proud to announce that the Dominica senior women's national team, the Cicero Girls, will meet Jamaica in a CONCACAF Women's Qualifier on Saturday, November 29th at 3 p.m. at the Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium in Grosile, St. Lucia. This match forms part of Dominica's journey to elevate women's football on the regional stage and strengthen the presence of the Nature Isle in international competition. We are proud of the work, discipline, and resilience of our women, said head coach Ronnie Gustav. This team has been training hard, showing a lot of heart, and they are ready to represent Dominica. Dominica recently participated in the WIFA tournament in St. Vincent, and while the team did not medal, Coach Gustav said the competition provided an opportunity to assess the team's capabilities and make the necessary changes and work on the areas needing improvement. Our focus has been discipline, structure, and simply the basics and fundamentals. This is a major test for us against a regional powerhouse, but our women are ready to give their all for Dominica. And as we saw recently in Curaçao's qualifier in the men's, anything is possible and small islands can do big things. The players have worked hard and we are ready, he said. The team welcomed overseas-based players Jewel Have, Trinity Esprit, Chloe LeQuent, Eden Lander, Star Humphreys and Limaya Ford during its 2-day training sessions. The complete roster reads goalkeepers Diamond Daniel, Jewel Have, and Gelisha Lockhart. Defenders are Shajira St. Rose, Jarisha Laura, Brinell Laura, Leanne Laura, Kimra Joseph, Jessica Pialui, Trinity Esprit, Whitney Charles, Daniela Laura. Midfielders, Timisia Pialui, Rosalinda Paul, Kenisha John Lewis, Alian George, Chloe Louise Liquent, Eden Rain Lander, Kimara Felix, Naomi Defoe. And strikers, Brittany Dennis, Star Humphreys, and Limaya Ford. The staff reads Head Coach Ronnie Gustav, Assistant Coach Sheldon Kazimi, Goalkeeping Coach Melvin Angol, Team Manager Regina Walsh, Trainer Julie Polidor, Medical Staff Rose Annette Peltier Luge, Equipment Manager Steve Kazimi, and Media Officer Sheena Harry. Dominica is competing in Group B alongside Jamaica, Guyana, Nicaragua, and Antigua and Barbuda. The DFA calls on all Dominicans at home and abroad to support the team as they fly the flag of the Nature Isle with courage and determination. And EmoNews wishes the girls best of luck as they take on Jamaica. And that's the news for this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
Attention all officers, OptiShop has cracked the case on all overpriced prescription eyeglasses and sunglasses. A major deal was uncovered and a 30% off discount is now available for all members of law enforcement to commence Police Week. Consider this your citation for savings. Visit OptiShop today to save.
Hello, good day, and welcome to Weather Broadcast for today, Monday, November 24th. I am your presenter, Annie Coretta Joseph. Let's begin with some satellite imagery, and currently the Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature. However, we do have this mid to upper level flow associated with the subtropical jet, and this has maintained some high to mid level clouds over the region. At the low to surface level, we have this weak trough, and the cloudiness associated with this is expected to move across the area during the next 24 hours. Let's zoom in on Dominica. We can see this milky clouds, and this is the high level clouds which moved across the island during the course of the morning. And down at the surface, we do have some low level clouds which mainly remained along the central and eastern parts of the island, maintaining some partly cloudy to cloudy skies, while the western coast of the island saw generally fair to partly cloudy conditions. Radar imagery indicated some scattered showers mainly across the central and southern portions of the island during the course of the morning. Conditions for tonight: partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers. Temperatures to be down to about 23 degrees Celsius on the coast and cool to near 20 degrees Celsius, the cooler in the elevated regions. Winds generally east northeasterly, peaking to near 25 kilometers per hour. For the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers. Temperatures along the western coast to peak to near 32 degrees Celsius, about 30 on the east, and about 26 in the elevated interior. Nights to cool to near 23 degrees Celsius along the coast and down to about 20 degrees Celsius in the elevated interior. Winds are generally east-northeasterly, peaking to near 25 kilometers tomorrow, Tuesday. On Wednesday and Thursday, increase to near 35 kilometers per hour. Marine conditions on the east cease to peak near 7 feet on the east and down to about 3 feet on the west. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:13 a.m. and set at 5:32 p.m. Our high tides will be at 7:19 a.m. and 6:15 p.m. and the low tides will be at 12:51 a.m. and 11:35 p.m. For up-to-date information, you can follow us on WhatsApp by scanning this QR code, or you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dominica Met. Thank you for viewing and join us next time for your next weather broadcast. Good day.
Thank you for watching EmoNews package for November 26, 2025. I am your presenter, Soana Benjamin. Do have a wonderful evening.